I'm just enjoying a bit of Christmas lunch. People have been dropping off things, and I had to test them. I got pastries. There's got some chocolates over there. Look at jubes. Look, someone baked me a bit of bread. I'm having, and oh, ginger snaps. Nothing makes Christmas like ginger snaps. But maybe I should put them away for now. Show a little bit of discipline and go and wrap some more presents. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I really ate a lot, I think. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just late. Oh, oh, wow. Maybe this would be the right time to read another chapter from The House of Wooden Santas by Kevin Major. 8 days to Christmas. As soon as church was over that morning, Jessie made a beeline for Jonathan. The two of them squeezed ahead of everybody else down the stairs to the basement of the church. They went straight to the chocolate cupcakes, then hurried off to a corner by themselves. Mrs. Wenzel wasn't in church this morning, said Jessie. She's probably home thinking up new ways to be crabby, grumbled Jonathan. She won't be for long. Jessie told him excitedly how he and Santa had come up with the answer he was looking for. Really? Jonathan said, looking more than a little confused. But what does it all mean? It means, says Jessie, the first question we got to ask ourselves is, what is the most exciting thing that could ever happen to her at this time of the year? Jonathan started to think about it. Got it, said Jessie, who had done a little of thinking beforehand. Getting a letter directly from old Santa himself. Exactly what I was going to say, Jonathan mumbled through a mouthful of cupcake. They finished off their cupcakes. Feeling very pleased with themselves, Jessie began looking about for his mother. She's talking to someone, Jonathan said. It's Mr. O'Donnell. On their way over to there, Jonathan whispered in Jessie's ear. Never seen him in church before. Ah, a pair of shepherds, is it? Mr. O'Donnell said, bright and cheery. Hello, sir, the boys answered in unison. Mom, I really need to go over to Jonathan's after lunch. We'll see. Please, said Jessie. I have to. It's okay, said Jonathan. My dad will be home. He won't mind. Mr. O'Donnell turned even brighter. This sounds promising. Jessie's mom started to say something and stopped. She started again. Mr. O'Donnell has invited me to go snowshoeing with him this afternoon. Jessie was stunned. Really? In the woods? He just couldn't picture his teacher and his mother in the woods together, with big clumsy snowshoes on their feet. By yourselves, he said. I think we better be going, Jessie. His mother put his arm around him and led him away. Jonathan, your mom is probably looking for you. They left Mr. O'Donnell standing there, drinking his coffee alone. I'll see you later, he said. Nobody answered him. Jessie's mom gave him a weak smile. Weird, Jonathan whispered in Jessie's ear and took off. Jessie and his mother were in the car and halfway home before either of them spoke. Finally, Jessie couldn't hold it any longer. A fellow's mom doesn't go snowshoeing with his teacher, especially Mr. O'Donnell. His mother laughed, but she wasn't agreeing with him. Weird, Jessie said. He was acting rather strange, but he is nice for a teacher. Now Jessie was confused. He didn't want to talk about it anymore. There was enough craziness in his life already. Why the heck did his mother have to add some more? When his mother called him to lunch, Jessie found a Santa in the center of the table. He ignored him. He ate without a word. The silent treatment, said his mother. Haven't seen that for Must be at least a week. Jessie growled under his breath. During dessert, she started to hum, then chant. In the house of wooden Santa, music Santa stands, not saying a word, just playing his music. Jessie pressed his lips together. He was determined not to find it one bit funny. Wonder what he's playing. Silent Night, maybe. Maybe it's O Come All Ye Speechless. Jessie pressed his lips tighter even more, but his lips couldn't stand the pressure, and he spurted out a laugh. Santa knows, said his mother, that silence can make beautiful music. Jessie rolled his eyes. Oh no, he thought. Now she's going to sing. So he jumped up from the table and went for his coats and mitts. Okay, let's go, he shouted. Finally, she drove him to Jonathan's house. As he was getting out of the car, she said, maybe I won't go with Mr. O'Donnell. Jessie turned back. Go if you want, but don't talk about me, and don't get in one of your goofy moods. With that, he was gone. He ran up the path and into the house. He escaped inside without even ringing the doorbell. Jonathan, he called out. Come on up, Jonathan yelled from the top of his stairs. Jonathan had a pencil and paper and an envelope all set out on his desk. He also had done some investigating in his mother's office and found out Mrs. Wenzel's first name. It took a while and a pile of crumpled balls of their rough copies, but eventually they had their letter. Jessie read it aloud as one final check. Dear little Alma, I hope you have been a good girl this year, haven't you? I know that sometimes it is hard to be nice to people, but remember that Santa only comes to good girls and not nasty ones. If you haven't been good, there is still time before Christmas Day. If you don't try, there'll be a wondrous big lump of coal for you. Lots of love, Santa. Jessie had drawn a picture of Santa with a speech balloon that read, Santa's watching you, ho, ho, ho. That should get her in the Christmas spirit, said Jonathan. Maybe Santa sounds a bit tough, Jessie said. So they decided to add a P.S. to the letter. It read, if you turn out to be a real good girl, Santa will fill your stockings to the very brim. And with that, they folded the letter and put it in the envelope. Jonathan printed Little Alma on the front of it. When they approached her house later that afternoon with the envelope safely tucked in Jessie's coat, they found the driveway empty. Great, declared Jonathan. He kept watch on the road while Jessie ran up to the front door. Jessie slyly drew out the envelope, looking all around as he did. He tried pushing it under the door, but there was no space. He tried wedging it between the handle and the door frame, but it kept slipping away. Car! Jonathan shouted, scampering into the trees. Jessie darted alone, trying to find some place to leave it. Finally, he dropped it on the doorstep. He quickly put a snowball and placed it on top of the envelope so it would not blow away. He raced into the trees. Jonathan pulled him down flat to the snow. Mrs. Wenzel's car turned into the driveway. They peered through the trees as she walked from the car to the front door. Her eyes fell on the envelope. She picked it up and brushed away the bits of snow still clinging to it. She seemed to have trouble reading the words. Her head straightened up quickly. She looked all around. Jessie and Jonathan snapped their heads out of sight. They slowly lifted them up. Mrs. Wenzel had gone inside. The front door closed behind her. Jessie could only stare at the door and imagine the joy on her face and the warm glow filling her heart. First stage, Operation Wenzel, complete, Jonathan announced. Santa alert! Santa alert! Jessie proclaimed. Until next day.